Who takes care of the coach? I'm not talking theory. I'm talking about what I lived. I've been there. And if you're there too, this video is for you. In a gym, sometimes the heaviest thing isn't the apparatus. Not the bar. Not the floor. Not the pain in your body. The heaviest thing is the gaze. The gaze that doesn't train, but evaluates. The gaze that doesn't see the process, but demands results. The gaze that shows up on the podium. And it also shows up, without fail, when there's defeat. The coach lives exposed. There's nowhere to hide. Because the work doesn't end when class ends. He takes it home. He takes it into the night. And many times, he takes it into his heart. Some people think a coach only gives orders. But a coach carries time. Carries years. Carries invisible repetitions. Hours of physical work. Hours of supporting bodies. Of correcting positions. Of preventing injuries. Hours with the eye on. Like a lighthouse. To see the mistake before the mistake becomes a fall. Years doing the same thing. Years teaching things that aren't easy to explain. Because some things are felt. Sensed. Learned. After thousands of attempts. Endless travel. Roads. Airports. Hotels. Meals at odd hours. Little sleep. Early mornings. And that strange feeling of being surrounded by people. But being alone. Meanwhile, life keeps going. Family keeps going. Kids grow up. Important moments pass. Deep conversations get postponed. Sundays become competition. Nights become planning. And yes, there's also money lost. Money to help the club. To help a gymnast. So someone can compete. So someone gets a chance. Because sometimes the coach doesn't just teach. He also sustains. But almost no one talks about that. We talk about the gymnast. We talk about talent. We talk about the champion. We talk about the medal. And that's fine. The gymnast's effort is sacred. But today I want to ask a question we almost never ask. Who looks out for the coach? Because the coach wears down too. On the inside. Not only with visible wounds. With pressure. With responsibility. With accumulated fatigue. And there's something that hurts differently, being judged by people who, many times, aren't qualified to judge. For months. Almost every day. 9, 10, or 11 months a year. As if the season were an endless exam. You win. And they tell you it was your obligation. You lose. And they turn you into the one to blame. As if sport were a simple equation. As if a human being were a machine. As if learning were a button you press. The coach prepares victories. But he also carries defeats. He carries them head on. And many times. In silence. And on top of that, he gets criticized from inside and from outside. From the stands. From the hallway. From the comments. From the I would do. From the back in my day. There are days the coach finishes exhausted. But he still stays one more minute. Just one more minute. To explain something. To protect a knee. To calm a fear. To put the right word in the right place. Because the coach doesn't train muscles only. He trains character. He trains patience. He trains confidence. He trains the ability to get up after failing. And that doesn't show up in yearbooks. That doesn't fit in statistics. That can't be measured with a medal. Some coaches are applauded like geniuses. And then treated like they're useless. As if the value of a life changed with a scoreboard. And still, they come back. Back to the gym. Back to the chalk. Back to the sound of landings. Back to watching. Back to correcting. Back to believing. And yet, the coach also deserves to be seen. To be heard. To be cared for. I'm not asking you to idealize the coach. I'm not asking for a pedestal. I'm asking for something more human. Remember him as a person. Understand that he gets tired too. That he doubts too. That he breaks inside too. That he also needs an I get you. A thank you. And I see you. Because when a coach goes dark, it's not just one person that goes dark. A culture goes dark. A standard goes dark. A legacy goes dark. And in sport, legacies aren't improvised. And yet, the coach also deserves to be seen. To be heard. To be cared for. I'm not asking you to idealize the coach. I'm not asking for a pedestal. I'm asking for something more human. Remember him as a person. Understand that he gets tired too. That he doubts too. That he breaks inside too. That he also needs an I get you. A thank you. And I see you. Because when a coach goes dark, it's not just one person that goes dark. A culture goes dark. A standard goes dark. A legacy goes dark. And in sport, legacies aren't improvised. If you're a coach and you're tired, I get you. You're not alone. I see you. And if you love the sport, maybe today is a good day to look beyond the podium. Because the champion gets celebrated. But the one who held it all up almost never does. So I'll ask it again, and leave it hanging in the air, who takes care of the coach? And if the answer is still no one, maybe it's time we start taking care of each other.